Hey, Steve here, and in this video I'm going to actually go through there's been a lot of interest in the full moon versus new moon or waning versus waxing cycles, a video that I put up. There's been some questions. I'm going to answer those questions, and in this video I'm actually going to go through some examples in my own life of how I'm using the moon cycles to see. Again, it's a theory to me. I don't know if it's really true that it depends on when you're intentionally either downloading or uploading information to the field. Does it make a difference when you're trying to get certain outcomes, like real goals, right, in your life? And so I'm going to give you some examples. So just to summarize again, this is about manifesting your intentions through the different cycles, right? So there's the full moon cycle and there's a new moon cycle. Okay, so I'm going to go through just kind of both quickly and then I'll give you some examples. So full moon again it's the waning cycle. So this is it's actually when the moon is the closest to the Earth, which I thought was kind of interesting. It's when you get downloads, and what I mean by that is you get information. Okay, you get completions, and what I mean by that is, for example, maybe you're working on a project and it comes to an end. Okay, so let me give you two examples of this, and I'll talk about the new moon as well. So again, this is the waning cycle. It happens after the full moon. I don't see a difference between if you do the examples I'll give you during the full moon, like the actual day of the full moon, or after when it's in the waning cycle. I haven't seen a difference. Okay, so what I've noticed is that the whole cycle seems to line up with this kind of theme. Downloads. What do I mean by downloads? In the past 7 days, I've had two readings, psychic readings, and I've gotten some amazing downloads from these mediums. And I'll give you two examples. So one is I have a book that's coming out that you're probably aware of. And I was talking to this one woman who was doing the reading for me, and I said, she started talking about how, I do a lot of stuff with, running. I do a lot of running. I love the mountains, to be running in the mountains, to using the breath. Like I use the Wim Hof breath when I'm actually running. And she said, if you do that a bit more publicly, she said, you'll have so many people interested in what you do, it will help you market the book. And I was like, what? I'm like, but that's just what I do for fun on the side. And I was like, I never thought of publicly sharing that side of me. So anyways, I will be. And I might even be going to Colorado later this year into next year to do some running and some skiing. And so you'll probably be seeing some videos of me doing that, okay? So that was a download, okay? And that happened in the full moon or the waning cycle. It wasn't right on the full moon. It was actually days after in this cycle. So that's what I mean by downloads. You're getting information. I'll give you another one. So I was asking about my dog. So I have a small toy poodle that's about 20 pounds. Her name's Chloe. And she's almost 11. She's going to be 11 this month. And I was asking the medium about so what this woman does, this medium that I had actually worked with, she picks up your energy and then she talks to your spirit guides. Okay, you believe that or you don't believe that? That's cool, but I totally connect with that. So anyway, I said she's got these fat lipomas, which are little balls of fat. They're benign. She's not cancerous on her belly. And they said, is there anything we can do for her? And one of the things they said right away is the food, get higher level protein. Okay, so we went out and got it, and we actually went to the store. My wife actually went to the store with my dog, with Chloe, and brought the food right up to her right in the store and let her pick the food. Okay, because that's what the medium had said to me. Let her be involved. So she went and she picked chicken, which was one of the proteins that and it's raw. So anyway, she's loving her food, and so we just started that. But that was another download that we got, okay? So we're just getting downloads. So this waning moon tends to be a good time to reflect, but if you can receive information, get downloads from other people that are wanting to help you, and if you ask for help, you'll get the help, then that will help you get information and insight on your goals, okay? So I hope that gives some good examples of that. And then completion, I had a client I'd worked with since January, and we just finished our it came to an end. Like we had stopped working together in June, but officially came to an end literally last week, which was in this, again, full moon waning cycle. So completion, the client's done, and we probably won't work together until the next new moon, right? Who knows when that is? Okay, now let me give you some new moon examples. So new moons is like the waxing period. We're actually we're coming up to it. If you're watching this video in October, it's October 5th, 6th, okay? And this is when you get uploads. And what I mean by uploads is when you're sending out intentions. So this is a good time to be doing that. And it's a new time to start new things that you've never done before. So let me give an example of that. So there's a construction company that I'd gotten a hold of down here, and they were recruiting for a marketing manager. Now, I'm not looking for a marketing manager position, but when I saw the scope of services and what they were looking for in this position, I was like, wow. I said I could do that through my company and consult with them. So I applied for the job, and I did it right at the end of actually the last new moon. Okay, I did it right at the end of that. Now here's what's interesting. 2 weeks later, now I'm in the download, right? I got contacted by the recruiter, and they said they want to set up a meeting with me because they were intrigued by my resume, because it's very unique in terms of what they do. And I've worked with construction companies before and being an engineer. And I said, I would love to get in a conversation. She said, the recruiter said, go book in my calendar so that we can have a conversation. Here's the crazy part. When I went into her calendar, this is like during the waning cycle, I could not find a time in her calendar until October 6th, which was the new moon, which is a new beginning. So I'm very optimistic about this first meeting because it's a new beginning and potentially a new client long-term relationship. And what's crazy is that if I went into like the prior to this cycle, which was the meeting I think is on October 6th. So I was looking end of September, beginning of October for, a time to meet. 2 weeks, I couldn't find anything in her calendar available because it was in this cycle. But it just happens, October 6th is when the new moon starts, and that's when I have the meeting. So I don't know, is that a coincidence? I'll find out. I'll keep you guys updated. I'll let you know, okay? So that's another example of like the difference between the full moon and the new moon, or the waning and the waxing cycle. And let me give you another example. So I'm negotiating with this one gentleman to partner with him and refer his services. He's got an amazing suite of services. There's a lot of people I know that could benefit, business owners, like big companies. And I won't get into the details of the relationship, but the end of the day is I refer my clients to him or people that I know, and he'll give me a commission for referring the services. And when we started negotiating our contract during this cycle, right, when things are completing and you're getting downloads, and we were getting friction. So we never signed anything. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait. I decided that I'm not going to do anything with the contract. I'm just going to let it sit there until October 6th when the new moon comes out, the new cycle, because then it'll just be easier and like new ideas and whatever. It's a new beginning. And I don't want to start a new relationship in a full waning cycle because that is not the right time. I'm going to start it in the new beginning, right? And so I'm gonna actually waiting to do anything until this Wednesday, which is the 6th again, which is the new moon. And it could be any time after that, right? So again, just some examples to give an idea of what I'm doing to manifest intentions. Again, just to summarize, the full moon and after, the time after that, which is usually whatever it is, 2 weeks or whatever, it's the waning cycle. It's when you get downloads, information, like the examples I gave. It's when you complete things. It's when you let go of things, when you resolve things, right? Could be emotional. New moon is waxing when you send uploads. This is when you're sending your intentions to the field. You want to be more deliberate in terms of your marketing, like I talked about, because you want to do some outreach and meet new people, start new things, and begin new projects. That's when you're doing the new moon. And you just got to go Google new moon versus, basically waning, waxing cycle moons. You'll find plenty of websites that have the charts, and then you can find out where we are in the cycle and then decide what is it you need to do. Do you need to focus on reflecting, getting information, completing things, and opening up space for the new? Or is it about now uploading new intentions, being more deliberate, being more expressive, marketing yourself, getting yourself out there, and starting new projects and new relationships? Okay? I hope you enjoyed the video. If you got any more questions, this is such a cool topic to me, and I'm like very new to it, but I'm surprised how coincidental you know, the synchronicity of the cycles and like how they've showed up in my life and some of the things I'm doing. And I'm being a bit more deliberate in how I do things now because of what I'm noticing in these moon cycles. So as you're probably aware, if you haven't, this is the first time watching my videos, but it isn't, you know that I've got a new book coming out and you're probably on the waiting list. If you don't, you're not on the waiting list and you have never heard of this before, it's called the 7-Day Manifestation Experiment, How You Can Create Your World. There's a link below this video on YouTube. You can get on the waiting list, and I've got some other great training videos and goodies that you can get in the meantime before we come out with the book. Thanks again for watching and listening. My name's Steve, and I'll talk to you next time.